Hey, let's check back in with Amazon. It's been about a week. The price went from 135 to 137, so not much has changed, but there's quite a few headlines that have been happening with Amazon, so we're going to go through that. Then we'll switch into the technical analysis just to see if now's a good time to pick this one up. So this might be the biggest news of the bunch. So Vodafone teams up with Amazon. The plan is to work with Amazon's low Earth orbit satellite constellation Project Kuiper to extend the reach of its 4G and 5G telecom networks in Europe and Africa. So that's where Vodafone is really kind of dominating the market, or at least has a bigger impact, is Europe and Africa. And they're going to team up with Amazon here. I'm not. It didn't go into any details in terms of are they going to basically be splitting the bill, or how is it really going to work? It just overall it sounds like they're going to collaborate in some way. Just didn't go into the details yet. We also have Amazon customers lodging a class action lawsuit over charges for returned goods, claiming they were charged for purchases that had been returned on time. Four residents in Illinois, Minnesota, and Missouri say that Amazon wrongfully recharged the purchases price and applicable taxes for their returns. Uh, they're going for a lot though. They're claiming that they're representing like millions of people, not just the four. So it has the potential to be a big lawsuit. It's just number one, it's too early to tell, and it just didn't seem like it had much traction there. But we'll see as it goes on. Amazon Music Live returns for season two. This is a weekly concert series watched by millions of fans. So if you're one of those, let me know. But yeah, it sounds exciting. Good show's coming back. Amazon adds cloud executives. So three executives are joining Andy Jassy's senior leadership team. Two from the cloud computing unit. We have a vice president from AWS for that elastic compute cloud. And then we have CEO of self-driving car company ZooX. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Amazon purchased it in 2020, so he's going to the senior leadership team. And then another AWS vice president who oversees data and machine learning teams. The cloud units work in artificial intelligence. So those three people are now on this leadership team. We'll see what kind of impact they have over time. Probably we won't tell, but we'll either just see Amazon slowly picking things up or pulling back. We'll see. We also have AWS. They announced the BMW Group has chosen AWS as the preferred cloud provider for its automated driving platform. The BMW Group will develop its next generation advanced driver assistance system, so ADAS for short, or ADAS, however you want to say it. So they're using AWS to help innovate new features for its next generation of vehicles, the new class set to launch in 2025. So right off the bat, this is probably a year away, but it sounds like they're going to start implementing those sooner rather than later. They'll also use AWS to compute generative AI, Internet of Things, machine learning, and storage capabilities to help accelerate the delivery of highly automated BMW vehicles. Kind of surprised that they got in this. I guess I knew that, but for some reason I just didn't think they were going to pursue this route. But they are, and they already have a partner, BMW. Uh, it looks like FTC is looking to file another lawsuit on Amazon later this month. This one is targeting the company's logistics program, fulfillment by Amazon, pricing on its website by third party sellers, and will suggest structural remedies that could break up the company. Uh, Again, too early to tell, but we'll keep a lookout for that over the next month if that actually happens. Hopefully it doesn't, but it looks like the FTC keeps coming after Amazon. This is just another one that they're pursuing, uh, and we'll see how it goes. The EU they listed 6 tech giants, including Amazon, as gatekeepers that must adhere to the block's strict digital regulations, the new design, or the new designation, giving them 6 months to comply with this Digital Markets Act, DMA. If they do not make the necessary changes in time, the firms could face fines up to 10% of their total worldwide turnover. That's a ton of money for Amazon. No one can afford that. And it could rise to 20%. I imagine whatever it is, they will comply or figure some way to make this work. And as far as gatekeepers, that is a term that refers to large platforms that the EU believes are limiting access to key services like messaging, advertising, and online searches. I imagine Amazon's the advertising piece there. But again, we'll see how this plays out. They were one of the 6. Hopefully they're able to comply in time. Seems like they have enough, but we'll keep an eye on it. We also have, here's what the analysts are saying. So a few changes actually happened here. So this is the last time we checked in. You can kind of see the numbers, mainly the revenue. That's what we want to look at right here because that's where the changes happen. So we're going from 141 as the estimate for this quarter with 567 for the whole year. Now it's up to 141.4. So again, not a big jump, but it's noticeable enough to call out. This then carries over into the next quarter, going up about a full 1 billion. Current year, that is jumping up a little over $2 billion, 2.25. And then next year, that also, they're adding on about another 2 billion there. But surprisingly, earnings per share didn't go up that much. The current year just went up slightly, 1 cent. And so this is how we saw it last time. It was trading at 137. We had this buy point marked at 129, but also 136. So we'll take a look at that. We also have resistance right around like 134. So that kind of explains it a little bit. And then resistance at 167. So pretty far away. Possibly we want to look at this. There is the short-term uptrend since January with the accelerated uptrend since June. And we note to buy the dips on this. So let's pivot into the actual chart. Let's zoom in here. So yeah, I mean, that uptrend, let's zoom back out a little bit. Yeah, that uptrend's still intact, and it's still between what we would say is fair value. And it's not necessarily fair value, it's just that is like, ever since June, it's kind of just stayed within this upper tier. And it's really like the upper third of this uptrend. But we're right in between the middle of that. So right off the bat, oh, let me get this out of here. So right off the bat, I'm thinking fair value. Again, it's a little bit high. Like the first time I would consider picking this up, again, not much, like 135, that is still the number. But ideally like 129, there's some support there. That's like the first spot that I'd look at. Otherwise, ideally, I'd want it all the way back down to like 122, somewhere here at the bottom of the channel. It's just Amazon's giving enough news, has enough kind of headwind type items that it's just staying right there in that upper third, really. They are supposed to have good numbers. But yeah, I guess overall, I'd be willing to reach for it. I don't want to, though. We'll just kind of keep watching this one, especially with the FTC. I don't know. They're kind of flat here the past month. It might be worth a shot. Let me know if you're going to reach for this one. I'm considering it. Just probably a share. Nothing major. But yeah, let me know what you're going to do with this. Otherwise, that's how I'm seeing it. So just a quick summary. We have Amazon here, right at 137. Ideally, I want it at 129. But again, I might reach for this because they're projected to kind of grow a little bit, especially in the back half and supposedly into next year too. Resistance at 167. The date, earnings almost 2 months away, so that's far away. Short-term uptrend, that's still in play. Accelerated uptrend since June, that is also still in play. And we say to buy the dips. And so, this might be one of the, this is kind of like a dip to them, in all honesty. To get to this close to that blue line, that is very close to a dip. Um, Obviously, not the one we want because we want it down here at the green line because green would be go. But um, yeah, I'm sure it will pull back. It's just when. Like, I guess my concern is it's going to continue going up here and then it pulls back to, I don't know, all the way down here, and there's like no difference between now and a month from now if it's going to be at the same price. It'll look better on our analysis, but um, yeah, just curious about that. Uh, we'll sleep on it. But yeah, otherwise, if you have any comments, questions, let me know down below. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.